Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is about the exodus that is happening and has been happening. People are moving out of Florida. Okay. Florida used to be the land of sunshine and opportunity, but today millions of Americans are realizing that they simply cannot afford to live here in Florida anymore. And it's the insane cost of living, the skyrocketing of homeowners insurance and property taxes. The cost of living in Florida is astronomical, and I can attest to that. The middle class is beginning to crumble.
You shouldn't be moving to Florida, but if you do, please come with a job because the job market here sucks and the wages are absolutely insane for your level of experience. So I would absolutely not come here unless you have something locked up. Just don't think that you're going to get something within like a month or two. It takes months to land something. I guess depending on your industry of work as well, but just think about that before moving here. And the cost of living is really high. So,
Property taxes here in Florida have surged nearly 60% in the last 5 years. In Jacksonville, okay, the median monthly property tax payment rose from 59.6% to $228, while Tampa saw 56.7% increase to $250. Miami, the taxes climbed 48% to $387 monthly. Nationwide, the median property tax increase was 30% over the same period. But the influx of new residents during the pandemic, okay, because we were the free state of Florida, remember that, drove up home values so much, which in turn inflated property tax bills, homeowners insurance policies, the price of a home. It was absurd. Okay, DeSantis has called property taxes oppressive, and he's correct. He's trying to make it to where our property taxes get a huge cut, if not done away with altogether. He's trying to eliminate them, but it's something about if you're 65 or older, you get a property tax break on your home. The first $250,000 that your home is worth, you get a tax break. So say your home is worth, okay, like if you look at your home on Zillow, okay, just for giggles. Say your home is worth $300,000. Okay. Well, you get a tax break on the first $250,000. Okay. If you're under the age of 65 and you own a home that's worth $300,000, you get a tax break on the first $100,000. Okay. But him trying to eliminate property taxes altogether would require a constitutional amendment, and this could disrupt local government funding. Okay. But what he's trying to do is make it to where, because we have a lot of residents here in the state of Florida that are only part-time residents, we call them snowbirds. They would not get those property tax breaks the way that full-time residents get them. We also would get the funding for local governments through tourist attractions and tourist, because we're considered like a tourist state. So like Orlando, Tampa, Miami, like all like the tourist attractions, the high tourist areas that would fund the local governments around the state of Florida. So because the local governments statewide, it costs about $53 to $55 billion annually, because you got to figure in schools, police, infrastructure, okay, fire, that type of thing. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Guys, I was drinking the Kool-Aid, the Florida Kool-Aid, where I was like, oh my God, everything has to be so expensive. And like, you can't get a 1-bedroom apartment for under $2,500. I am no longer drinking the Kool-Aid. My current rent is $3,050. Now, yes, I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. But moving forward, I'm going to be moving. New rent is going to be somewhere in the $1,900 to $2,100 range because this is getting out of control. I mean, imagine what I can do with an extra $1,000 a month. The opportunities are endless.
So the average, okay, Florida's average homeowners insurance premium in this state for this year is anywhere from $5,000 for a $300,000 dwelling coverage. Okay, and that's just the dwelling. Okay, that does not include your personal property that is inside your home. Okay, or if you have outside dwelling like your fence, a shed, things like that, or like a porch, that or something. Okay, it's just the dwelling alone. Okay, so and that will more than double the national average of about $2,100 a year. Some projections warn that premiums could hit $15,000 by the year end if these trends continue. Okay, so take that into consideration on top of our mortgages, our property taxes, and now, okay, the insurance premiums as well.
I don't know if part of Florida they talking about, but they got to be talking about Orlando. You got to have 4 different hustles or 4 different jobs, for real, to make it in this economy in Florida. They talking about gas has been the lowest it's ever been, baby. Gas is $3.19 where I live. And it's for these new kids. These kids cannot make it on their own. These new young adults, they have to make 3 times the rent, which the minimum wage is not. I don't get it. How is this happening? I think the 35 and older club has figured it out because we know you got to have more than one hustle. But as far as going into young adulthood, baby, that's not happening. I don't know what part of Florida they talking about, but they ain't talking about the Florida that I'm from. It got to be somewhere else. I mean, they probably bringing in the most revenue because of the tourist attractions and all of that. But when it comes to living, just the cost of living in Florida is high as hell, high as fuck. What part they talking about? What part of Florida? Because if you're just trying to go into the workforce right now, baby, it's hard to find jobs. I'm talking about it's going to be stuff that you just really do not want to do to be able to get a job. I'm talking about you got to have a morning job, a night job. You got to do house, sell plates, and all other kind of stuff right now. I'm just saying, but yeah, y'all, they say Florida is the #1 rank, state that is growing. I just don't know how. I mean, I guess DeSantis is doing his job. He needs to make sure he take them property taxes off, because why am I paying on property that I already own? So do I ever really own it? But that's a whole nother subject. Y'all know what to do. Get in the comments. Let's go. But what Florida, Florida Floridians, y'all tell me what part of Florida he talking about, because I don't see it.
So 15 to 20% of Florida homeowners are opting out of insurance, because what happens is in the state of Florida, if you do not have a mortgage on your home, you don't technically have to have homeowners insurance policy. So a lot of people are opting out of insurance because of the cost. Okay, this is a risky trend, especially for those who do have a mortgage, but you're not supposed to do this if you have a mortgage. Okay, technically it's against the law, but because when you have a mortgage, you are required to have coverage. But if you don't have a mortgage, you don't have to have homeowners insurance. But hurricanes like Ian, Helene, Milton, okay, combined with litigation abuse, have driven insurers out of Florida. They've led them to cancel policies. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, they face premiums as high as $5,000 to $8,000 a year, while inlands like Orlando, they're closer to like $2,500 a year. Home sales here in Florida, they've dropped about 14% in June of this year compared to June of 2024, with homes taking 57 days to sell on average, 16 days longer than the previous year. 30.7% of sellers made price cuts, dramatic price cuts. Okay, we're talking upwards of like $50,000 to $75,000 off of their asking price just to sell the house. Okay. Pending home sales in Miami fell 23% in April of this year. The largest drop among the top 50 U.S. metro areas. Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach saw declines 19% and 14% respectively. Yeah.
Florida is so broke right now, people are literally financing their groceries like a car note. Florida has officially turned into the second most financially distressed state in America. Of course, only Texas beat them out. When I saw it, I thought, dang, Florida and Texas are in competition with each other to see who can treat their people the worst. See, here's the wild part. A new study found that 25% of Floridians are financing their groceries using buy now, pay later. You heard that right, loans. We finance cars, homes. Some people even do it to furniture. Now it's chicken wings, bread, and milk. Honestly, it doesn't surprise me, because when you look at Florida, a huge part of the problem is the elderly. And it's not like grandma can go get a side hustle at Amazon or the grocery store to make up for the money that she misses every month. The elderly don't have that option. It means that they're feeling the squeeze tighter than anybody else. And the squeeze is brutal. People are delaying payment, racking up late fees, filing bankruptcy, or just straight up not paying bills no more. That's not living paycheck to paycheck. That's survival on credit. And just note, it's not just a Florida story or a Texas story. When two of the largest states in the country are collapsing under the weight of necessities, that means it's a sign that it's happening everywhere. So if Florida is drowning while selling sunshine and palm trees, imagine what it looks like in states that don't have the tourism economy to fall back on. And quiet as kept, Florida ain't got it to fall back on no more either. So remember, America will sell you a dream, but it will make you finance the groceries just to stay alive. And if you think it's normal, then you've already accepted living in a nightmare.
So these high costs with the mortgages, homeowners insurance policies, taxes, even figure in HOA fees too. Okay, if you live in an HOA, or even if you live in a mobile home park, you have lot rents. Okay, figure those in too. They are deterring buyers from moving down here, but they are also telling it's making people move out to Florida as well, leaving inventory piling up. Real estate agents can't sell the houses. And there's fewer and fewer transactions for the real estate agents. Sellers are forced to sell their homes at lower prices, taking huge losses. There's like 206,000 listings on Zillow right now for homes in the state of Florida that are actually just with price reductions. That's not counting all of the houses that are for sale in Florida. That's just with the price reductions. 206,000 houses in the state of Florida with price reductions. That's not including all of the houses that are for sale in the state of Florida, because that's how much of a mass exodus. People want to get the hell out of here because that's how expensive it is to live here in Florida anymore. Yeah. It's becoming absurd. People literally just want to get the hell out. The price of our food is double, triple what it is up north. Our car insurance is, it's crazy. I mean, I've heard my friends who live up in New Jersey, they're like, what do you pay for car insurance? And I'm like, you don't want to know. You know what I mean? And they're telling me that they're like, paying next to nothing. And I'm like, I want to come home. They don't pay half of what we pay for homeowners insurance policies. Their taxes are cheaper than ours. Yeah. And they're like, why don't you just sell your house and come back? Because if we were to sell our house right now, we could probably buy a house up there for cash and not have a mortgage. Yeah. Because that's how much cheaper it is to go back home. Yeah. I know. You're telling me. Yeah. All right. I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one. Okay. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fearless and God bless. Ciao.